Today, Saturday, the 27th day of June, 2020. We want for laying a table. You know how we can do them every Saturday. When I things them we happen in Sierra Leone during the week, then we go can lay a table or something we pass through your radar where you feel concerned and want to share with the family. But before that, on Saturdays, so we can look for compare last week Saturday number to this particular week number. And these are the coronavirus comparison for the 28th of June 2020 and the 27th of June 2020. Now, so the numbers them look like. Last Saturday, the total number of cumulative confirmed cases na Sierra Leone na be 1,309. 1,309. Today, the 27th, the total number of confirmed cases cumulatively now 1,410. 1,410. We get 101 new cases for this week. From last Saturday to today, 101 new cases. Number of deaths. The one them we lost their life to COVID-19. Last Saturday, the total will be 53. Today, the total now 59. So 6 people lost their life through COVID-19 inside this week. 6 people. We pray say, then soul them rest in peace. Recoveries. Last Saturday, 746 people recovered from COVID-19. 746 people. Today, 937 people beat COVID-19 na Salon. So, inside a week, we get 191 people we beat COVID-19 na Salon. 191 people. The one them we dey in quarantine last week na be 1,322. Today na 1,824. 1,322, 1,824. So inside this week, the one that we add now 502. 502 people them. Now they don't add in quarantine. The one them they out of quarantine. Last week, now be 6,529. 6,529. This week, now 7,084. 7,084. So this week, 555 people discharged from quarantine. 555 people. We can look for compare the numbers them, make we see how we don't they make them inside the week them. Well, now 6 people we get we lost in life. We get 101 person we confirm COVID-19, but again we be no say inside this week. The inter-district lockdown be lifted and some other measures them we don't take place. We start with all the other news them we pass through Sierra Network during this week. Before when we come back to the end, we will give the update for today COVID-19 na Salon. We Belante President Bio being very angry and say he don't take personal interest on the rape, the 5 years of age girl will be lost in life through rape. Now one day, now the first lady, Fatima Bio, now be tell we, because we know see on Sunday, the rape case be go viral on social media. And now from that Sunday, we begin hearing different thing about this particular case. And when the allegation begin come out, an allegation be point finger to Choitram. For say Choitram, then be carry the late girl, Khadija Day, and then be refuse for administer any treatment to the young girl. Choitram self began for pull their own press release for say then carry and go, they admit say yes, then carry and go there, but however, when they carry and go there, the time where they reach there with the young girl, they say when they cross-examine them, life not be there again, param. So there was no need for make them do anything because now the late girl in die body, then them be reach there with them. That's not waiting Choitram, then be said by them press release. On Sunday, we began 18 new confirmed cases, 2 new deaths, and 42 new recoveries from coronavirus. On Monday, remember, on Monday, na be the 19th, where the Ministry of Local Government be asked the Freetown City Council for put a hold on any property rate increase. Then we asked them for put on hold. If you be listening yesterday program, you know how that one they be go about. Or make they carry on. Because of all this thing we be go on, Sarah Network, we be don't do a sensitization video on this sexual violence business where they happen at salon. So we have become on we page na Facebook for make we share that particular video. They make people then go see and learn something from them. That same Monday day, we begin for learn say people then be come out. We know say in the morning hours, the different radio stations them where the inside Freetown, people then be they talk say yes, then they come on and do for go protest. They for say government need for take action about this rape. The rape don't they go up and all those things. So they say then they come on and do that thing. However, in the morning, yes, then we come out because we have the camera be there. Luckily, the camera will not be get arrested. But in front of them, then we arrest people them. Then we arrest 15 protesters them. The police arrest 15 protesters when they started. They arrest people them. However, they arrest them because me feel say because the other names they not be there among. But when the names them, when the likes of Nasu Fofana, Asma James, and Reta Bawa, and all this thing, the artists them, they all come on board, they don't arrest nobody again. But when they started, the young folks them, they arrest. And by that arrest, they then claim say even picking them be did with police arrest. Yes, we know say now for a good cause. We know say Salon police can always talk say waiting, you forget 21 days notice. But this because of the kind thing they talk about now, arrest will take place, but before the end of that day, they don't release them all. Then we don't release them. We SSFB get opportunity for broadcast them live, and also we'll be there with the camera and do interviews them where we will be upload now with channel. I don't know if you get opportunity for watch that one day soon. On Monday we will get 13 new cases, 0 death, and 0 new recoveries. The mayor, even though you remember the local government ministry, we don't tell the mayor say for put a hold. The mayor be share with we pictures where say people then go pay, and also be tell we say the Creole Descendants Union, the Creole community, and other them. Then we get to consult it consultative meeting with na FCC day. Ministry of Gender and Children Affairs then says be pull press release. Then have pull press release on this same 5 years of age girl will be lost in life. Then try to explain to we who side team up in this case and waiting. Then they do for help for keep picking them safe na salon. And we be deal with Naya on Monday, waiting na the cause system for the increase in sexual offenses. Then, even though we President Bill don't declare state of emergency on rape, but we still see increase. What you feel say na the cause? If you be there on Monday, you know say na that day we been deal with. On Tuesday, we will get 7 new cases, 0 death, and 65 new recoveries from coronavirus. The Ministry of Finance, one make me say, that they increase the salary for the mayor and the chairman them, and also the normal with the deputy them, and also then they increase the allowance for the councillors them. Then give a breakdown, but hey, that breakdown we really need an accountant who go able help we for able to understand the figures them, because they're not taken by individual, but they take a whole number, like the entire mayor and chair person them na salon, the money where they give them now. So how much they go receive they will not sabi, but the money where then they give them now the increase and everything. Nine them make we get for no. We know say on Tuesday the president beget a press engagement where explain and everything, and also it be ease some of the COVID-19 restrictions. We want for them and no more inter-district lockdown, and also the curfew order from 9 o'clock. It will start now 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. That same Tuesday day, we'll be able to make we all join at the town hall meeting where the FCC being gets. It's in a virtual town hall meeting, but they will want to explain the new property rate and the business license system, how it work. On Tuesday, now that will be deal with now, the ease where President Bill put on some of the COVID-19 restrictions them. Inside that particular one day, the president herself be saying outrage at the incident of rape and sexual penetration where look there on the rampant inside salon. We will also learn say President Bill be chair an extraordinary meeting of heads of state and government of the West Africa Monetary Zone. And then I be concerning that new money, the echo, where maybe look get some doubt inside am, but we see like for say it look they get some light right now. But we they follow this story steady and see how that one they unfold for we inside Sierra Leone. The First Lady and the Ministry of Health and Sanitation then be receive medical supplies from the Chinese government. We will find out say from who COVID-19 come inside salon. The Chinese government then they don't donate. They don't donate. That one day on. Say to this week what they done so then donate back. But to still watch. And they not make we forget about the treatment them of we brothers in China. Then they not even make we forget about even the press release where the Chinese embassy be pulled say, una no say we always do it una. We now don't the help una. And then they prove waiting and be right and that people say and then they help we because always they get something for donate to salon. A young brother by the name of Mohammed Bari, he writes a very good piece on the Temple Run. You know it's not Temple Run. Temple Run, the one the way they left Salon for go pass through water, for going to the Mediterranean River and all these things. Then can end up in Libya instead of they end up in Europe side and the Fane road for go. He write a very good piece where he share with we and give we the right for publish them, and we did. I don't know if you get opportunity for able for go through that particular article there. We be also learn through Umar Fofana for say a retired police officer be allegedly raped a 4-year-old girl in a salon. We break this news. We put the cap of Sierra Leone police. People in come. Say Sierra Network, they hide the face of the police officer. Yes, salon. Hey, what in they will not go see? Eh? Just the cap of Sierra Leone police. Somebody writes and people get a field for say, oh, then they cover away another Khadija in case, then show the people because this is a police officer, when they try for hide them. Will not get the picture. If you click on that link, then you go there, you will feel say it's an embedded post from Umar Fofana. Because they break the news. And later self an update on that particular one day, they ask people say I think then for this surgery the next day and they say they need blood. So Uda go be willing for go donate. But it good make who they read. So that not just see cap, you say they don't hide policeman face. On Wednesday, we will get 7 new confirmed cases, 1 new death, and 12 new recoveries from coronavirus. The United States Aid and the Defense Department, they say they will provide medicine for Sierra Leone, the first rural community care center through the Sierra Leone Embassy, and they will provide medical aid there. On Wednesday, the mommy safe, Sylvia Blyden. Well, he be get another bail again will be granted. And he be get for tell thank you. They want to tell thank you for all the one they will advocate for him for a release from the special court female prison. So he be the tell thank you to all the one they will advocate for him. On Wednesday, NACOVAC, as promised by President Biose, he may don't tell NACOVAC make them come with the new measures then. So NACOVAC say then come with enhanced COVID-19 regulations. Enhanced COVID-19 regulation. We will be discussing that particular Wednesday day. In part of that day, for say the church and mosques and still closed. Now then they begin find people them, and you driver then go even seize your motor car. All that thing in there. And we advise people familiarize yourself with this enhanced COVID-19 regulations, because we go begin for bets. You know go find for you. And NACOVAC don't tell we say they no want make we focus on the seize where then go seize motor car or the fine where then go they find people in for pay for saying the money they want make instead. Now a way then they try to enforce the people for use face mask publicly. As long as you step out of your house, you go to public office, you go inside public transport, you for use face mask. I don't know if you notice, inside this particular enhanced regulation, they not talk for the one that they work as kids. You notice that? They talk about transport, they talk about drivers and passengers, they talk about offices, but they don't talk about who that they work. But every day new one they come out, because even today, new one come out, so make where they go. We will also learn, the Kingdom of Morocco begin Sierra Leone medical aid. And this one, not we go take a move. And this one, we get a list. 250,000 protective masks, 30,000 visors, 20,000 medical cap, 2,000 gowns, 1,000 hydroalcoholic gel, 25,000 batches of chloroquine. Then doctor there, or Dr. Isatu and Nusfi and Unagugafo can tell you about 25,000 batches of chloroquine. Okay, and 500 batches of, is it azithromycin? Is it azithromycin? But chloroquine did it. Now I read the list where they send for it and say medical aid. But chloroquine, it did it. Because the last time when they be interview pharmacy board after Donald Trump say chloroquine the men, pharmacy board becomes say even inside Sierra Leone chloroquine of did it because na drugs way then be don't pull common at the market and they know they agree for making nobody counter inside salon. Now so pharmacy board be tell we that thing day. So they say anyone where they see na the market, pass through the pharmacy board of Sierra Leone, so na illegal drug. Because they no get nothing for do with them. But now, Morocco don't send for we chloroquine, they by the list of the aid we then send for we. You don't get them, eh? This aid from Morocco will not pay for them at all. But that Madagascar, organic, will be paid for them. But still letting they be had. All the other one they are all the sense for we. China don't come pass almost 10 as a low donation. Will not pay for her. The one will pay for, teach you do not use it. Chloroquine, they pa this. Their own account go tell we small. $20 million. Now government don't put for enhanced skill training na salon. $20 million. Youth in Fisheries Project, they don't put press release. Say, because of the good acts we President Bill gets for the youth that we involved by fishing business, they don't get 70 boats for different areas them around Sierra Leone, across the country, where they get for benefit. And as time they go on, we go able to see what then they hand over them both here to them people here where it is for. We at another time we'll be there. We'll talk about Dr. David Moinina Senge, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School, for saying Papa be test positive of COVID-19 and also in way be make himself be there in self-isolation. And he just want to make we know now say they all don't beat COVID-19 and then survive them. The entire family don't come back to one and then beat COVID-19. Still advise people, get tested. But they come to that one day. On Thursday, 27 new cases, 0 death, and 28 new recoveries. And that Thursday day, Ministry of Finance say they don't pay over 42.8 billion leones for second-term tuition fees. The free quality education for make it happen. Finance Ministry say they don't pay over 42.8 billion leones for second-term school fee. This was another one. Me not to NGO or me not to any United Nations agency. And so the First Lady of Sierra Leone say. People then take now the comment section. Among other things then, this particular sentence did it. The First Lady become outraged by people them way 1 point finger param. He say when he be launch the Hands of Our Girls campaign, some people them, because not to them party, they're not supporter. He say no be doing for party, in doing for Sierra Leone people. But now people they want come, they can call the name for this and that. So now making they say, not to NGO and not to United Nations agency. The headline will put, I'm not an NGO or UN agency. I saw the First Lady of Sierra Leone say, people in come back, Sierra Network. You know, I saw the First Lady say, but not today no more he say. So the entire statement of the First Lady make, now for make the headline, or why are people, if they support, you support. It is good for you. If they support you, well and good. But you don't click, make you read the entire thing and see waiting at the outrage where you make the First Lady write what you write. You read that? Or what you want to make her write say? Yeah, somebody can write say, oh, look at that, una just go take half no more, now una take make headline. It's called clickbait if you know sabi. But now, so he say. At least make we the able for allow we self for understand we self. Yeah? There. Commissioner Francis Benkefala 2 years in office. It affects corruption. Wait till you go rate him. And then they'll be here on Thursday. It was a very interesting program. Very, very interesting one. If you know, big opportunity for listening, go YouTube. The edited one where you could just go straight into the program immediately. Sierra Leone progresses to Tier 2 in 2020, the U.S. Trafficking in Persons report. Sierra Leone gets recognized, say, we don't do well for stop human trafficking. And the category will be today, we don't go more now they Tier 2. For sure say, we really don't try for fight human trafficking. Okay, for come, I believe say this week we will host a program on that. Make we break and down small. Make we get understanding for ourselves what that mean. We land say SLISA but sign a land leasing agreement with Milton Magai College of Education and Technology. On Friday, 13 new cases, 3 new deaths, and 17 new recoveries from coronavirus. A press briefing, Ministry of Local Government Behold, for make you explain to people what be happening inside the meeting where the ministry being get with the Freetown City Council. Inside that meeting, that press briefing, they can't tell we say the mayor be get for apologize. That's what they tell me. They say the mayor apologized to them. However, the mayor not be there for that press briefing the end. Freetown City Council up to date. They not pull any press release in relating to the meeting where they engage with the local government and rural development ministry. We still wait for you from their own side. And then they will be dealing with Naya yesterday. The basic education, the ministry, they don't pull press release where they show guidelines how school and get for operate for open the 1st of July. They pull a guideline where then they try to make people understand say and then guideline na in school here for go on with. Again, we get a breaking news today where Nabi Lamrana na AYV because we also be be pull the news day. For say, the Deputy Minister of Finance 1, Patricia Lavalley, don't test positive for COVID-19. The Deputy Minister of Finance 1. And because of that, the Minister of Information and Communication, Abdul Rahman Soare, confirm say, Chief Minister the finance minister, and the financial secretary, and other officials them, they're all day in self-isolation. Chief Minister, Professor David Francis, Finance Minister, J.J. Safar, and the Financial Secretary, Sa Jusu, and other officials them, then they're in self-isolation. A big names them. And they're in self-isolation. Maybe now sometimes people don't go believe, say, but even at that not say safe, because when we post Dr. Senge and family photo, where in Instagram and tell we say they're all free, people then still they can't talk, say, oh, una talk say they don't free of malaria, una say they're free of COVID-19. So the free talk still there. So even this one, you're not bringing any change. Dr. Omanina David Senge, where now the Minister for Basic and Senior Secondary School, he say, what they say, power pass salon for better, now then kind thing now mean. You know what thing? Because they pack buses them, a bus station, where they take teachers them, where they inside Freetown now, where not for the Freetown, where for the other areas them. You know, say school for open next week. So in other areas them, where na did them for day, they provide bus, we go carry them across outside and supposed for day. We land say the Vice President, Jules de Jallo, maybe open one library na Russell, one school day where na Rotary na them be help for build this library and put some books then day. So na in be the person we go cut the ribbon for that particular library day. Okay, I think say we go can now to today on updates. Today on updates. I think I'll give today updates before I come with this other one we learned today from NACOVAC. 168 tests was conducted. Out of the 168, 16 turned out to be positive. 16 turned out to be positive. If we break the 16 positive cases then down by district, that's what the numbers then look like. Bo 5, Bonth 1, Tonkolili 3, Western Area Urban 5, and finally, Karene don't enter the COVID-19 premiere. The only district will not be get no case. Don't finally succumb. Don't finally letting guards down. And it don't register 2 cases them today. 2 cases don't register na Karene district. However, people then they ask, NACOVAC tell we say, themselves still they find out, but for the first impression where they don't get, the news the way they don't get say, this particular case not linked to any other known case. Then 2 cases here. But send they dig more deeper for make we go know. So carrying a district, we not begin no case, don't get 2 cases now. So as we speak now, the entire district them na Sierra Leone, all district don't register cases of COVID-19. I think I don't get the numbers them, so no need for go over the numbers there again. Now the numbers there be give, that one way we do in comparison. But however, NACOVAC, remember how President Bill says, it's as they go, NACOVAC go to count new things them. And indeed, they don't count new ones today. We then call active case search. active case search. I go read them quick. Western area urban and Western area rural account for 52%. Western area urban get 52% and Western area rural get 12% of the cumulative confirmed positive case system. According to NACOVAC, then go soon embark on active case search for over 2 months. People already know how to go say, you don't know what they call for this, but make a carry on. I say, in the fight against COVID-19, nothing is too late. This enhanced surveillance surge go firstly target the western area, when I at the epicenter, then go cascade them nationwide. Then go start first at the western area, both the rural and the urban, before now, then go with them all over the country. During this exercise, then go ramp up testing from current average of 180. That I must maybe say, I will say that the average at 150, but then say the average now 180. At current average of 180, then go begin do about 400 tests daily on average. 400 tests daily. We hope say then get for tell we when they start, because Tego Tenki, then can always tell you how many tests we conducted. So with that, when we see say then they per this 2 months, they say 10 weeks, 2 months, and then can't give we say, oh, today 102 was tested. We go ask them questions, say, so waiting to happen now with this active case search. But for now, make we no say, then they average at 180, but then go increase them to 400 tests daily. The active cases, we go come off from that 10 weeks day, it go more show say an increase go day. And then they feel say then go get an additional 15,000 high risk contacts. Because they say because of the way out in the test now, 7 million people, we only don't test 11,046 per 7 million people. So then they say, they no say the more tests, we then go ramp up that 400 tests per day. They no say then go come with almost 15,000. You got that with 15,000 contacts, and we go make numbers then go up. So then the one we want them waiting they come. I mean they don't make we know. And all these now the western area alone. Just in case you go the wondering, why make more tests to be needed? Well, NACOVAC get reason for belief say the number of people were infected in Sierra Leone then go be more than waiting the surveillance data they show we right now. The number of people were infected in Sierra Leone go be more than waiting the surveillance data they show we. Waiting 7 million people, only 11,000 don't be tested. We need for prevent further infection, and active surveillance will also help for protect we health service. He said with we case facility ratio 4.2% and the recovery 65.5% of the cumulative confirmed cases, NACOVAC remain committed for treat infected person and focusing on contact tracing, where in turn, now the core function of surveillance. He said, and they encourage all community leaders, businesses, civil society, citizens, generally, to fully support this 10-week push. 10 weeks push, 2 months, active case search. The surveillance surge is a public health, but also a socio-economic imperative. NACOVAC, they call on all citizens for comply with the COVID-19 enhanced measure. That last measure what they tell people and for familiarize themselves with, including wearing of face mask, observing social distancing, and maintaining hand hygiene practices. These are the primary layers of protection. Let us all take personal and societal responsibility. Corona fet, now we all fet. Solomon Jamiu, Esquire, spokesperson. He talk now about waiting, social distancing. You watch the photo where we share, where the VP we go open that library. When they sit down at the table, social distancing be did. It did it until when they're ready for take picture. As they're ready for take picture, so social distancing. Who say you did? All team we don't go in a do. And I do see all man can gather one for take the picture. I don't know if they not get a better way for they take them picture, because whenever it's time to take picture, social distancing not they under. Not they at all. So, but Nakovac don't tell you, then they remind you that enhance. Make we see all how this all go unfold. Now we sweet, beloved Mama Salone. So now the thing in this way pass through Share Network for the week. You do yeri, myself do yeri, Usman Toli back do yeri, and Doctor and all the rest do yeri. But make we call to Usman Toli, make we see waiting in one pick and in own summary for the week, waiting he gets for we. Yes, Usman Toli, you get the platform, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, for just summarize all the things that we happened this week, and welcome to everybody. Just want to talk on something we economy radar for this week, and I think you mentioned that yesterday about Alpha Sidhu, and then also I will talk about the issue way surrounding the property tax with the mayor. We one of the callers them in respond to we own submission yesterday. So first, let's talk about Alpha Sidhu. And we talked about that yesterday. That in program we call Kapu word, no Kapu sense. Kapu sense, no Kapu word, sorry, yeah. It is important for the Alpha Sidhu no say anything we talk right now na policy statement. Because it work na a very important department na the government. We na the strategic communication unit. It therefore slow down the rhetorics in the sense that we listen to a statement in audio that we release regarding the this property tax. It look like it's like they try for address the mayor in a political way. And the thing where I want to let everybody know is that when you listen to the Minister of Local Government, as well as the mayor, then put them in a way that we are all very satisfied. It's not like attacking each other. But when you listen to Alpha Sidhu, it's like now a direct attack to the mayor. And this is not so politics they work. Politics is about supporting each other. We not look at the mayor from an APC perspective. Neither would they look at the local government from SLPP perspective. Local government minister from SLPP perspective. But I believe say a good number of our own, I don't listen to that audio day. It's like if you try for put the mayor down, and not so things they work. You get for put down that in propaganda way in NEPA before the appointment as a staff na the strategic communication unit. The issue of the property tax is a critical one. A critical one in the sense that we don't address that yesterday. But I just want to throw small light on that. in the sense that one of the major areas that will be criticized that mayor now on the issue of timing. We all, to a very large extent, believe, say, the time where the mayor, they try for roll out this property tax, I think is wrong. And the manner in which they do them, I think we also criticize that. Because we believe, say, for short an increase to the extent of 800%, I think, say, if we don't do them gradually. That most of we believe yesterday. And one of the things the way I want everybody to understand is this. In terms of taxation, we get what we call fairness. Fairness in the sense that the ability of the person where the tax for able to pay, what's in conditions. Although, I mean, the mayor, in the look at them from a different perspective, if we say, well, this is not a fair tax because you don't find out, say, the property the way people then be occupy, you know, some of them value past the other one, them, whether all they pay at the same whether all mean they all they pay the same price. Now, you know, fairness that they talk. But under the principle of taxation, yeah, fairness also means, yeah, the taxpayer in condition. Where they levy that tax, what's in the taxpayer in condition? Including the ability for pay that money. And we all know the exceptional situation, a circumstance where COVID-19 don't come with. Yeah? Like one of the callers responded yesterday, we'll talk about the exceptional circumstance where COVID-19 don't impose in every economy in the world. It talks, let we call one sector as alone, or one institution or company we close as alone. I think say that assessment is appalling. Because everybody is able to quantify the dangers or the impact where COVID-19 don't cause in our economy. And let me just remind the caller yesterday that about 80 to 90% of the sector is made up of the informal sector. Of the country is made up of the informal sector. Yeah? Including agriculture. A good number of the people then they work in the agricultural sector. We know what the inter-district lockdown don't do to the agricultural sector. People will not be able to move and goods them from one district to the other. People then get and goods them. Then product them. Rotting. They're not able to move them from one place to the other. Very expensive for move goods them from one place to the other during the inter-district lockdown. We know what in the closure of churches and mosques don't do. That imam will be going to church, will be going to mosques. What he don't lose? What in the pastor will be going to church? What he don't lose? We know what in the traditional engagements they mean, weddings. What he don't cause now the economy. People would during the interview, they go interview and market woman them. Pray people are not buy. The weddings them. The one way they do wedding, and then they go buy because weddings them all stop. So it get big impact apart from the closure of other employment institutions. Then, yeah, COVID-19 get big impact on the economy. Yeah, what about the travel restrictions? Yeah, the one where they work at the airport. Yeah. What about the one where lost? Well, even the government. Let's talk about the government. What did they take from that airport today? Even the importers. You want to wait the import, then slow down because of uncertainty. Then they all run to the money. So we get to quantify the impact of COVID-19 from, in fact, it's more dangerous under the informal sector. When you look at the restrictions then, where the government impose. So, to conclude, the most important and critical factor where everybody they raise alarm for the action with the mayor raise and timing. And it is more than apparent, more than apparent that when they impose tax to somebody, whether equal or not an incremental or an adjustmental, the important thing is that some of the property tax, it go up by up to 800%. And under this difficult circumstance, where everybody knows, things are hard. People, in fact, one of them, TNI, caused the Tombo riot, for example. You don't lock somebody for 3 days. Then you go tell and say, you don't go fishing. So that call out there, these are the interpretations, economic interpretations then, what we look at when we talk about the critical aspect of time. To me, to a very large extent, I believe, say, if the time, then if the mayor will think about the time, for the adjustment or the increment, I think, say, enough for don't go to this level. But as I say, overall, I think, say, both the mayor and the minister of local government, then let the people down. Because then, for don't sit down, allow this thing not to reach to this level, come to a round table and discuss this matter. So now that's I therefore put on the table because I don't see other callers that will therefore come inside. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Tole. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Make we call out Aisatu, the doctor. Yes, Dr. Aisatu, you get the platform. What's in a summary for we today?
Hi, good evening, everyone, and happy weekend. And with all the African D system, so when they really show off, I think I need to go to salon. Cook me on fufu.
Okay, well, I'll begin with you first, because you. So let's start from there right now. So what see you saying good on?
Okay, well, African food. Now the problem now, and then I can tell you, say, then they show off. So I feel like I need to go cook right now. But actually, let me tell you, during the week, I did make fufu. I did. So I made up for it sometime earlier the week. So
I give you a pass. I give you a pass.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, very good. Thanks. For the weekend summary, really, in terms of all waiting to go on in our country, last start with COVID-19, and I just want remind people that say COVID-19, they only affect adults. Then we don't do a discussion now about, the multi-system inflammatory disease or syndrome, where they mimic Kawasaki, when I like a childhood illness where, really get some cardiac complications. And the reason why they call them a multi-system inflammatory syndrome are because it affects many different organs. The major part is the cardiac part of it, and also it causes some inflammation with the markers like the C-reactive protein, erythrocyte sedimentation rate, like the D-dimer, where it cause coagulation, within the blood. And then that coagulation, if they don't give the patient a blood thinner, it can lead to a blood clot. And a blood clot, let's say, for example, you get a blood clot, for this now, for people that will get COVID-19. So Lord, just understand, people that will get COVID-19, yes, not a respiratory illness, where they put you at risk for many different things. Where you say if they not put measures in place, it can lead to something very deadly, right? So it's not just the respiratory system that will affect, you. It's also, your immune system is being affected, your blood system is being affected, the D-dimer, where they say they do the blood test, it show like above 500, like at a high rate. Then they can benefit from a blood thinner so that they're not going to get blood clots. If they get blood clots, it travels. Let's say, for example, you get a DVT with a deep vein thrombosis. It travels in your lung. It can cause, it could be very deadly. Now, one of them blood clots, and if they're not take prompt action, can lead to a death, right? Not so many people do well with that. So that's not something I want people to understand. If your family member get COVID-19, they are at risk for many different things. And also the children, where they mimic the Kawasaki, they can get high fever, and also the inflammatory markers then can be elevated, the LDH as well. So these are things that we need to watch out for, even though we know they begin and they do well with COVID-19, but, they do studies them which show, say, that was in the UK, and Europe. And also New York here, NYU, they found out that kids have been having similar things as Kawasaki. Picking away like less than 5 years old, boys are the ones that get it the most. And also it happens more with the Asian population, but, it can happen to any kid, right? So where the pediatricians see the picking, some of the things and where they look out for, and then symptoms them. But then they do a SARS-CoV-2 virus study where need for sure say the picking not get any other virus, not their sister. They don't get any other respiratory infection like pharyngitis when at the sore throat. If all them are negative, now the SARS-CoV-2 positive, in some cases it can actually be negative. So then you will say this is not a COVID-related, disease, where it be said it's not the multi-system inflammatory syndrome. So we spent an hour on this the last time, but I just want to remind people them about it and for look out for that. Picking them, we really get Kawasaki. They look at peeling skin, like the hands and feet, strawberry tongue, rash, conjunctivitis, like swelling of the hands. So these are like things to look out for. So if you see that night picking, definitely reach out to healthcare provider so they can do proper evaluation, because it's very important that they get cardiology on board, then get rheumatology on board, because this now something which can be very deadly for picking them. But so far, I'm sure they're doing well, but it's there. And that's why, picking them within and then are the critical state and tend for put them on the drug, just like the adult population, the antiviral drug, when at the remdesivir. We talked about that. It's promising what it can do. It can shorten the length of hospitalization when we get severe or in the critical state of COVID-19. So that said, I know you mentioned something about the hydroxychloroquine, and I really don't understand why hydroxychloroquine then are with country right now. Because the last time, I know say them, they don't say them ban that drug, and then, if they don't begin to import that drug within the country, that drug gets so many side effects them, and I feel say that's not what we really want. No, so let's just highlight.
What to make us say make you go through light on it, because I gift so then give it. But he did it. It among the gifts. And the last time when this Donald Trump began to talk about him, then be careful to say he know this alone, because they know they accept an as alone again. But however, it among them things they then give it. So we just want for throw light saying that then we don't tell you. Now make us say make you go able for enlighten we back again about this particular chloroquine where they don't give it again.
Okay. So chloroquine, for many of us, we know say chloroquine as something anti-malaria drug. We treat malaria, especially the uncomplicated malaria due to the plasmodium, and also they can give as a prophylaxis in different areas. So they can use on a label indication also for lupus. People that get lupus, they can treat them with like autoimmune disease where your immune system, they attack your own antibodies them. So that it causes so many inflammation and things like that. And they can also use for them we get rheumatoid arthritis, right? So the drug there for for the inflammatory process, I make them use them the first place. So if you can see steroids, then they give steroids to people that will get, COVID-19 because, there's inflammation within the lung. So for that reason, then they give them steroids for decrease that inflammation. So if you get swelling, just think of it, you get a balloon, and then it is swell up, right? And the space where they're within, the space very limited. So what you can do is you push against all the walls them, and then, with that, then can cause difficulty in breathing. So even people that will get asthma, then they give them 2 different drugs. So then they give them anti-inflammatory, it could be prednisone, mostly not prednisone, and they give them, depending on the person's age, they can give them dexamethasone as well. But then along with that, in conjunction, they can give them a bronchodilator. So that in the cause of bronchial dilation of the bronchial smooth muscles. So that's now more in-depth into pathophysiology, but I just want people to understand, say, you then would rather use a prednisone or any form of corticosteroid than for use hydroxychloroquine for that processing. Yes, it gets also antibiotic effects on it, but not a drug waiting for the use for people. Why? I will tell you and read this from Up to Date. It says, in a significant statement from the American Heart Association, hydroxychloroquine has been determined to be an agent that may either cause direct myocardial toxicity or exacerbate underlying myocardial dysfunction. This is not from Up to Date. This is not from the American Heart Association. That will tell you directly, say, somebody will get heart condition, you give them hydroxychloroquine, you actually exacerbate, meaning they aggravate the person in condition. Or somebody will not get no problem, it can also increase them problem or put them at that risk or cause their heart for fail or dysfunction. So this not a drug where I will promote, this not a drug where I will say any provider or any healthcare provider or practitioner for the thing for the even mention to them patient them. Another thing to understand here, not just the cardiac, it gets dermatological effect, right? It gets hematology in our skin, okay, so determines them, and hematology in our blood, so it affects the bone marrow, it causes suppression, causes anemia, it causes, low blood cell count, it causes so many things where we say your body need for let it function properly. Then the other thing it can cause stomach problem, when the gastrointestinal problem. It at the same time, it cause hepatic, which are the liver. It also cause so many other things for people and we don't discuss liver problem, which can lead to cancer. So giving this medication, it's really and the other thing it causes a renal impairment, right? Impairment it your kidney. So you definitely not want to look into hydroxychloroquine for the treatment of COVID-19. So I not recommend that based on all the side effects there. So when you try to treat somebody, before you give any person any medication, you therefore look at the benefits against the risk. So in many cases, the medication that we can choose for patients, then the benefits outweighs the risk. So for that reason, the patient then they get the medication despite the other side effects that we get to come along with the drug. Then I want going to you talk about azithromycin. Azithromycin na antibiotics. Then they give down there for people that we get pneumonia. So because we know say pneumonia is a complication for COVID-19, that along with a steroid is beneficial to the patient than that along with the hydroxychloroquine. Now, you don't take on those 2 drugs, and also the one drug where I know say when the FDA don't approve on the Food and Drug Administration, now the remdesivir, when HIV drug, the people that they do very well with that drug. And right now, based on clinical trials, I think then they see proven a success. Then I'm going to the money in terms of waiting the money within our country for help with country with the fight against COVID-19. Why I bring this up today? Given our neighboring country, right? I think then they do very well with the money for their citizens. Okay, even though this I need for verify, for make sure it's on, not just what people are telling me, and I believe if people are happy with Alpha Conde because the virus, it give people in the province system, and it not only give them rice, it give them money. It not only give them money, right? It give them farming tools, right? To make sure then go farm and make sure they don't need to worry about rice at their country. Then they use their money wisely. So the question, what thing then they do with all the money, the $143 million, the $23 million, when I've been 223 billion euros, and then the $100 million. So let's begin to take notes because this, and we need anti-corruption here. They need to be looking into this and see where these money are going. And the monies need to be used for healthcare resources. And the disappointment using those money for SUVs, right? We are so wrong. Not even ambulances for the country. We're in the healthcare sector. Not even thinking about, fixing the health system, making sure that the hospitals have all the equipment that they need. And that's why our numbers rise so, high, and people then they die from COVID-19. It's just shameful and disgraceful. We're not saying money in the country. We don't know what's in the future. And then people then in the quarantine center, we don't know why the people then for suffer, for complain about how they treat them. We need to stop being greedy and selfish. Sierra Leonean politicians, I feel like you guys are selfish, and I feel like you need to think about the country, people in the country that don't have anything. That's really frustrating, and it's not the way to rule. It's not the way to be a leader. You should advocate for these basic things that we need: healthcare, light, water, and then sanitation. I know we work on that. It's a challenge, but we don't need to have to be saying this all the time, because to me, we constantly talk about it. And it should be something that the government should say, listen, this $5 million is going to go to healthcare. This $1 million is going to go to this. Then let everybody see that happening, and then we are going to voice it. We're not going to say anything bad about the presidency, and they'll see themselves back in office in 2023. Well, if these things don't happen, Sierra Leoneans, please wise up as you vote. Okay? So that said, I go to the rape case, right? It is sad. And as I talk about this, I know where it takes me. It is sad to see that in Sierra Leone during COVID-19 or before COVID-19, COVID-19 did not kill Khadija, but she died because someone was so selfish and heartless, raped her, and she died in that process because of that. So we call on the government. I know they don't put the measures in place, but we want to hold every stakeholder. So these stakeholders include the parent. Let me say this. Include the neighbors. Include friends. And anybody where they deal with Pekin, where they take care of Pekin. That includes social workers, nurses, physicians, anything that child care workers, anything that has to do with children. You should be mandated to report any rape or abuse cases against children less than 18 that cannot speak for themselves. They need that advocacy. They need that voice. So let's stand together and try to see how we can end this, inhumane, shameful act that has happened within the last few weeks. How many are we talking about? And then before that, how many was there? Many more. It is sad. And for those of you, like you mentioned, the Sierra Network production is doing a fantastic job in terms of sensitizing people on things that really happening in Sierra Leone. If you watch those comedies, you see that they're only doing things that are happening. So if you haven't watched, giving advice I think you should go and do that and subscribe too. Okay, this was a good one, and there's many good ones too, right? And the comedians are doing great just to make sure that we send a message to the public, to the communities, that we should not condone these type of acts going on in our country. Abusing innocent young children that don't even know to say no. Because an adult can say no, stop it. It's a no, right? She won't be able to say that. Her voice cannot even echo enough for anybody to hear her. Okay? So please, and all those ones doing it, you are a disgrace to mankind. You are a disgrace to this life. So you need to stop. I would just ask, una stop. Now, what that shameful act una they do, una they really put the country, we say not belong. We they try for first for the basic things that now then thing that they do, they try for survive COVID-19. Una na rape, una they rape picking them. That is, and Lord know the statistics on that. 1 in 3 girls do get raped. And then 1 in 5 boys do get raped. So girls are 2 times likely to be raped than boys. So I want people to understand that. We've mentioned that. And what they should do, make it a mandate. Those that they caught raping, just because you're going to put them in jail, that's not enough. They should be registered sex offenders, right? They need to be registered sex offenders, and that would help if our data system in the country is put in place to ensure all these things are happening, okay? And before I go, the NACOVAC don't put measures in place. They're very tight, but they're necessary for open up the economy, for our country grow. Okay, so people then do have to adhere. So let them not give tickets to you. Because if you don't get money, you still need time, they go do community service. Now the recommendation that they. Okay, so and we work together, we can really keep the country and the people in our country, they're safe and healthy. Right? And then I want to say Sarah Network Charity Foundation is there. Please don't forget to donate. We are planning on doing a donation coming up sometime next week. We really count on everybody on this platform to support the network. And once we do it, this is something we don't want to spread on the air. Those that are within the Sarah Network WhatsApp group, family WhatsApp group knows what we really want to do. I think we want this to be like a surprise first. And then I want to say hashtag justice for Khadija and all rape victims. That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you. Make we come with Usfriend. Yes, Usfriend, you get the platform.
Yeah, hello, Triple A. Good evening to everyone, and morning or afternoon, wherever it is. Thanks very much to all the contributors and to Doctor. I don't talk a lot for that medical side. It's very good for people and we are able to adhere to that one day. And I only hope them we able to understand as time they go on some of what they say to them. But looking at, first of all, this area, I wouldn't talk about this culture word. The address to us a issue in terms of raping and so on and so forth, even with grown-ups or even domestic violence, you see, and all those sort of things against women, them, and children. But the word itself, culture, really, some people in rights really say, nah, not to the right word for use, really. But don't like they see no more a misnomer, that a word used in the wrong way. You see, sometimes just use a number for a situation for fit. And during that process, people then become used to that and they carry on for use them. But here now you talk about culture, you know, saying that some people have mortal mind, human behavior, attitude, and value. You see, and specific people in a particular society, and they always expect for do them thing there, but I think that they acquire as the time they go on. But now individually, in a culture, when you look at raping now, that is a bit different. You know, go suit in that case, they will try to talk about culture. It's in a more of a kind of behavioral pattern. We come to mortal man, your own behavior. Because in the mortal man, as they grow up, you get two things them way they acquire as they go. You get things the way they do, way they say covert, that now they want them actually, we know we see. I think the way they pick up around the society, depending on how you own brain day, you get what you say for remember thing there, how they look thing, how they perceive them. Because some one man go say this person is short, I go say all this person in height, all this person is average, or they see this color. So there are different people that will get different issues. But it depends on how they look at and the reasoning, how they think, and how they even create all that in there. So now this way they behave. So that particular behavior then it gets what in the one now you practical thing where they really show what people they see for you. Then you the overt side. Then I what really everybody they see saying so this person here they do. Or some of them past you get forget that interaction. But based on that thing there are some people that don't carry on as individuals for many reasons in society, either for psychological reasons, where people get some mental issues in terms of those type of areas. They have in the issue say you can get people who get that pedophile side, or some people they're so active that they not really get that second thought. And for that, some then they go to a point where they say, now we treat them while would they even get them the conviction with the notion of sickness that not only because of human rights they can't decide it, but not to say the person what he do he right, not because of the they call them for good one. But then they always expect there's a likelihood say this person he will must finish in terms of sentence or in prison, he will come back in the society. So then they try for remedium. So now that one day, so but not to actually a culture by itself. You see, then when you can now actually for this COVID and this briefing where they try for see that they come into what they call active case charts. Then they say a 10 weeks period and they start them from tomorrow. Then like a 2 months and a half. Now, actually, it's very, very good because of when we look at the pattern with this alone, it don't go from clusters in the community, then it be a communal transmission. Because from what they say for carrying, then therefore identify, say, actually linked to, say, it can link to somebody who had a case who have been the initial case or the index case. But I think what the person come with signs and symptoms. Well, another one day people then get for worry about. But what thing I want for advice again here, why people they see the rate of the death then based on how they see the death then when they go in a video in China and Europe and other places them, when they see 100 they die, 200 they die, people don't even get paid, then they rush to and they come on. So then for realize now based on the population, when the age population. When you look inside Europe, people they live excessive age limits up to 60, 70 for many conditions. We know they say that get for being a place. But when you look at some of the areas in a developing country, we go within then they call people and they get the death rate was some people that die before even 60s. When you look at the gross population, the death index. So we'll not get them people and the way we say them we can't die one time because some of them have died already before then they reach that stage of retirement. When you look at the population level, because in Europe and other places, so now that for say that's why people that die more with underlying cases then the virus itself was the aggressive one. So the aggressive one don't come at the first stage of the people and we get them underlying causes there. So the death rate, they see it increase. So that was what WHO other people in the advice say. The COVID will get rid of them in terms of seeing it, but it will live with we. Because the active one, therefore, the left now in that asymptomatic, okay, this is possible, it recover. The one that will get for die now, who immediately, the aggressive one don't be mild. But again, see, I don't know if say there is no COVID because not the them died and they will simply die, like how the Ebola become. So that is the thing I want to advise and say, while they do this shot in the community, while they do it, let them continue for do waiting na self-care. Because the healthcare will can't show you. So it's left to you, the passionate one, to take the self-care towards you protecting yourself using the mask in an area which is convenient. Then you follow for use the correct mask in the place where it required, and then you do your effective hand washing. So when you don't follow them thing there, that you own army that one day for fight the war against that one day. Then it left to now the master sabi people then for other than we don't get and then they try cut them. Because I will say tomorrow they don't get 0 cases in most countries. Sierra Leone don't get almost half of it. But if there are parties where they go, it go they did like another passive way. And as long as the other outside world knows, say, well, everywhere is there, it will affect the income in terms of people and get for the travel, day tourism, and other even business and other things. Then, so then we'll put we na a map where they go say, then go they get traces. And now this now a novel virus, we will not know putting at the next coming we go for B. So now one little more I want to say, we government they try for embark on that side because the one of the diagnostic system then get an as alone. The area no more we will get problem now how the dispensation of people and needs now basic areas then wouldn't they live for let them go look after them for what's this COVID. Because the dispensation of the money and the resources them is not in the flow. So now for them they don't try to change somebody who would they basically for that. I think the finance one at the finance 2 bar or 1 deputy finance 2. So now they don't say okay they can oversee. So we only hope say it will be able for lace with them and see where the figures then they go and waiting we need for do because everybody is worried about accountability. Whether that when they bring the delay of the disbursement of the money or na areas then because there is what we call the presidential task force and then we get the actual COVID task force. But the presidential task force don't have to lace together with the COVID task force when they do so. But that's not the area where they lack. But in terms of diagnosis, Sierra Leone get the diagnostic system. But we careful try for let the one then we don't get the sick, we now people are waiting for help. Then the one then where they go try for help those when are the people that want the track and trace group, when they do that one at the community, then say go get incentive in any way. Or the certain side and little more I want for that go just to like because most of the things I start to actually don't discuss them, they don't bring them up. Then apart from that, the only thing no more back one for say now regarding this issue of for say now independent decision them what people like to make and they always people like for accept say then get for identify where a problem starts so that if somebody they address I know they address and for say this is not necessary but sometimes it's good to know the origin of a problem when you address them then you go able for know how you be able for go on but that one day Usman told we don't arrest that side day. Now based on that side, but apart from that, I don't know if people then go able for help, for let them go able for perceive the idea of protecting themselves and knowing what they do, and then the government back go able to know say there is a need for this side that will rectify towards the area of that one day in terms of the disbursement of the finance. Because that's the only problem we then get. But in terms of diagnosis, Sierra Leone should be proud of having that diagnostic system when the PCR we then get and they don't get more embarkments. But it's up to how they are going to manage. And the other area where one for land would know, then one of the areas of authorities more, then they die for land, this system of repairing of things so that they get what they call if na they call them by warranty to anybody we bring anything when towards health. I don't say other areas them or even say public transport. But just to get an example to help, then get a machinery where they don't bring when equipment for use, let them they follow up how that thing they go. So that they just not bring down they say it did it because equipment they always get like inside hospital, then get people who they train, especially for just look after the machine them. Nigeria don't begin that system they where they bring people in for just can't train other people in case the BP machine spoil, thermometer spoil, all those minor things, they are based in the hospital. So then get for think about how they would involve any charity organization or any group of people who would just train people who they get inside salon, who will look after these things, who then will last longer. Thank you very much for giving the platform.
All right, thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Make quick out, Tony. Yes, Tony, you get a platform. What's in your summary for today?
Yeah, Cabo, Kushe, me family. Quick one way I go one for talk on with regards to Freetown City Council. We have see a lot of people that hit on yesterday and a lot of sense. Everybody makes sense in their own rights, you understand, giving their own views from the angle where they look at perspective at which they look at things. But just like Usman Soli starts, where it's a lot of businesses they do very well because of this COVID-19 way affects everywhere, especially in the world and everything, and businesses then the resources they dwindle down, they're not making much revenue like before, people being affected. And I just want to translate that whole thing there to the city council. So it don't only affect individuals, then it only affect the city council as well. Because members say they get their own budget, and most then them budgets the resources where they use for finance them budgets. They largely come up from licensed people, the way they renew their license, people the way they do business, like they pay dues and everything. But because this thing has been impacted, so usually they know there is a whole gap. There's like that variance in their revenue generation will lead to a deficit in their budget. You understand? And mind you, Freetown City Council has a lot of jobs within they do. So people them likely they mention, say, hey, they're good, bad, then this, what's not. That's not the function of the City Council. The City Council, we all know their functions. Say, one, then they manage the Freetown municipality, then they clear garbage, then they clean markets, places them, then they manage the cemeteries, then who gets in a Freetown, and then they brush and everything. And when you look, the revenue where they come out from them areas, the people where they go there and everything, a minimal amount. So there are certain areas then where now they augment some of them costs, then they usually revenue when they collect from certain area, they augment on paying those staff. They're likely just like the central government has their own recurrent expenditure. They go for pay city council police them, they go for pay staff, administrative staff, they go for pay people working at their cemeteries, they have to go for pay people that the way they collect garbage and everything. And mind you, this now season. You understand? Where so much they at stake, wherein the gutter then dirty, then block, and this and that. Wherein can we all know the pattern of free to when they take them dirty or garbage put on a gutter. You understand? All these people have to be paid. You understand? So I feel say if where everything being equal, you understand, the central government should have come in and step say, yes, we understand. Because mind you, the mayor of Freetown have been shouting that they're not getting revenue. Mind you, all this area where they get revenue, get affected. They not even get 70% of the revenue they can generate because they make projections. Like any other business, how to make a budget for the year, they make projections where this funding will get for commerce. They make this. Now Corona coming, where it affects every life. So we do understand that. And the city council still understand. You understand? I just want to let people not just look on one side and say, oh, this is not to the right same, not to this. This campaign, not to today it starts. We all understand, say, yes, because of so many things have been impacted and everything. But mind you, not the old salon, the woman raised tax on. This is Freetown, Osan and your municipality. You where they build after God reach your side and they not deny area. You understand? And we all see areas up where they build up IMAX now, Western area get the area then they. So when you look at you therefore look the size of Freetown and then you understand. You understand where in revenue they come out from? The central government, we all know say yes, it's the wrong timing, but if we say the central government, because the central government is trying to paint the mayor like say, oh, using initiative or is being selfish or being mean, look at the time where they can't act. So mind you, he gets staff and we get for pay. He get people and we get for pay. There are also people living in Freetown. They're also being affected. The running months, going months without salaries or wages. You understand? So the central government, for me, should have come in and say, okay, let's have a healthy conversation. We know say we don't need the due money. So I don't know whatever period where they finance them or whatever way funding forthcoming, they can subsidize their revenue where they lost on the areas and where they don't collect on oaths now or them in property tax can be put on hold and say, okay, yes, this is right. We will put on hold. Governments, can you please subsidize and give me whatever way you don't give me so that can augment or able for cushion the deficit what we get in with budgets. You understand? So it's just a matter of, it's not like it's a dog fight or we are in order win. You understand? But let us ensure there are certain things that way they can handle. Amicably in a win-win situation. The government of Salongo, the central government go win, the Freetown City Council go win, even the populace we go feel the impact where the burden go fall on for pay taxes, for pay property tax. The staff go in. Where are them go for pay at a convenient? Taxes are being collected at the end of the month of every people that waiting to get salary. Because at a convenience where they pay, you they feel them, but they feel the impact because say you they get money kind of pocket, government cuts you and then take their own. You understand? But what I'm saying here is let people not just blame the central the Freetown City Council, say, oh, the mayor for don't wait, you're gonna for don't wait. I mean, they get staff there for pay. I've seen at the central government who for the blame because now they give them they share. You understand? Now they give them the funds. Where that fund should have been used in augmenting all other projects. They don't pay people where they clean Freetown right now. Mind if investor can Freetown or anybody will come. Who say first they gonna Freetown? We already talk so when they go vacation or whatever. The first hour they step now Freetown before everybody disperse go up line who say get for go. We get for make sure say if Freetown get for if the hub when a Freetown CBD get for be clean and look nice and everything. Now it need money, resources needed. You understand? Money not the Canada, you must say, okay, let's do. Instead they don't collect money or whatever, this and that. Because now in the property tax, now they bulk they come out. Usually, in terms of when you do the spread and see the spread, the huge chunk of revenue where they come, now from that area they come out. And the second area, now business license, people they do business. How many businesses are going on right now? Most of the businesses they close. Just like Osman Tolly likely mentioned. So people don't able to renew their license, people don't able to renew their whatever. And almost market who couldn't they pay. That's usually they pay in the market. Almost that money we then go get up for pay one staff. Mind you how many on and they get. You understand? So let us be logical in this whole thing and watch them from another point of view. See, he gets your own budget like the central government. Then the other area I mentioned brush quick into. We in our parents where we begin a Freetown, and likely so people in the way do not born picking, but they get picking and when they take care of. And so we get for be mindful some of the people then we get now. This is not quick story why I want to forget. Me if they work in a bank, you understand? And we get money within a house, almost I would say the kind of money and off by the 8-9 way off kind of way it kind of house. One day I come with it while I did Freetown, while I go Freetown. So I just see this nanny will come in boy picking then I will see they eat and everything. I cannot tell the picking them, mama. I say, Mela, you know what you here for do? This nanny, I feel so good for stop them. I'm not saying nice, they do very thing, but you get young boy the way I notice say, well, you know the way you don't go walk. Then they come now us and I they can't eat now, they can't this. And we get young girl picking it. Anything can happen. So there are certain times then the way we as parents or family, and especially who waiting like that, we get for try for do a background check of the people that when they work with picking it. What would they employ as nanny? Because some man the way you work don't go, you the man don't go, you don't go to office, you don't go work. The nanny when they now you don't know who that they come with now. So nanny they picking they come, so in brother they come, so family member they come, I didn't they come inside, especially somewhere they know say they now then they come right now you place. So this will be a lesson to some of who we are picking them. You get for really, although technology not that advanced, especially internet, where you go put a camera where you go able for monitor, like how we do now, you go able for monitor and see what's in the app on our house. You understand? So some of them things then they will go for because when you look, it really heart-rending. It's what is happening. You see small picking. You remember some of who that picking were not 10 years it. And they can't tell it happen. You know they wish that thing for happen to nobody. Small picking and they're so beautiful and everything, lost in life just because of somebody on whatever. I mean, with a big deal. Government, where would justice day for day, the justice day. The laws of Salone work. Now the laws that we know they work because they're not enforced, and then they make a lot of things that are happening in Sierra Leone. A lot of rape cases. You understand? Some not being reported. You understand? Some upline, they happen plenty. But because of them being done by elderly people or whatever, then they cover. Because people are afraid for the stigma or this or that, they're afraid for come out. You understand? So government therefore put strong laws. In everything as salon, once laws then did to the book, they have to enforce it. I can usually say, kill dog before dog, let dog know say that idea. If you begin set precedent, you see, a lot of things are not going to happen. People don't get afraid because you know the repercussion. They need to set precedent. That's Namion Take Abraham. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, caller, your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, Triple N, Umar, I call from Los Angeles. Thank you very much for the program.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Let God help you continue for do what you do for me. You know, first at the start again with what we got on yesterday, and I will continue for defend the mayor, because the problem here is I don't listen to Mr. Tolley, and I understand exactly which side they come off from. But the issue here is, when they talk about Freetown municipality, how many jobs that we lost in Freetown municipality, where with the so much they Hong Kong that they for hold on. Even here, the tax date now have been April 15. They only move on to July 15. They get it to them, but they're not actually they said go for 1 month, 1 year or 6 months or 7 months. They just get it up to July 15, which is next month, in 2.5 weeks time. You go for fight the taxes. No country not in the world where they play with taxes. Even the one of them soccer player, we see how did they go after them for taxes. Taxes now thing where no country not the way they play with. So the idea say that wrong time. We all understand this time of the year what thing happened. But not to Salon no money happen to. Now the whole world. And we go for understand say Salon not get that money they for do what in other country they do. Then get the cushion. Well, if they get them, we just can see where they give we president $100 million. What thing they do with them? And yesterday they waiting me one for act because after we are coming on the line, according to the tradition, you know, for call back. But people then they bash the mayor about road them. Now let me ask you a question. Because myself the Pambilos na Freetown. When you go na city council, then go give you say you want build a house where you go build up in like on a small tight corner, then you name the drive after you name. Now would have for fix that drive there for you?
But if na for name the drive, you know say you dey write an application, you dey pay for her.
Right. But now would have for make that drive there for you? Now the city for make them, or now you for make the drive. Now that no no. Because myself na two I go for going too soon. Because
well, I mean explain to you now how it work. Yes, you dey write an application.
Okay.
Yes, when you write application, that's what you want name and where you want get your name. Then they send an assessment team for can assess also you want name. Then I don't know what they look for anyway. Then after that, then they call you again per meeting. Then you go for the meeting, then finalize, okay, then we don't can assess, then things say it's all good and good to go. Even if na the broke na then go give. If na well, tar not be there actually, because if tar be done there, you know say you go get a name already. But that's the criteria. They know they ask you, you know they ask them if you want to make the name the road, make the entire the road. So for that one way na name, I don't know. But the one way not to name, I think the council, because you they pay council tax, they should be
right.
Responsible.
Okay. Because yesterday people they complain say the mayor not make the road, decide and go build and they run after the mayor because we see but two people. Now the idea is where we all know, we see how people then they go up hill for go build house. And officer who for expect say now the mayor now for go make then the road then they will run go build up the hill. That's not one. So means they say the government, a lot of things that we all know. Yeah, the mayor they get their own right. Again at the constitution. We're starting things and the way the mayor they do no president no day. We don't see in Los Angeles. We Donald Trump they try for infringing to Mayor God City. Things and where the mayor they tell us say no. When I say stuff, when I see what happened, tried it with the governor na New York. Where the governor said no, this will not into king system. You get your right, you get your right. That may be happen at Salon. Salon, central government take everything. So when people in the talks about the road, we see who are they in charge of clean dirty? Not street town. Not the mayor. But when the mayor put up and tried, we see where deputy minister Kosa publicly. We see again what happen from building. So for them they say, hey, the mayor know they do this, they take money. No. If they want to do the same central government they come in and get into a business. They need to allow and then doing job. Now that's not my own thing. So now I go to this rape case. You know, this is a sad case. Because recently I see some lawyers them in Salon they say would they bash this young man or the accuser, but the emotion. when things like this, even though we will not see pictures in it, but just the graphic description of the incident will take place, that don't do enough for make people go into emotion mode, including the president and the vice and ref. So that not mean we say they don't find this accuser guilty without going to court. But because then it happened again at McKinney, where one 9-year-old, I've been watching at SLBC, where 9-year-old, they rape him. The man will rape him up to now because them they interview the Pekini mama. The woman they talking, they cry, say again, Pekini close them where they rape him. But the man right now again at home. Now McKinney tongue the water, the court most. And the water before the people that was they tell them say, when I feel I go lock me. He raped the 9-year-old Pekini. This month it happened. So for anybody if they talk anything in favor of them people who do their time crime here, something wrong with that picture. You know, and that no more, brother. Now then children they may want to take that.
Thank you very much,
this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, caller, they live on air in the name and call from.
Triple A, good morning from Australia, concerned to Leone.
Yes, I get a platform.
The thing where I see between the government and the mayor, they don't become more of political punching. And you look at the people and back the response, they get what they can't feel for the mayor, they get what they can't feel for the government. Me, they look at new independent thinking, how I look at the whole situation. In a situation where you get a pandemic, all economies in the world is suffer very serious punches. And countries that we get reserve, then they subsidize. Like for Australia, all the people that were lost their jobs, then they on Centrelink right now. The central government, they give them money, $1,500 every fortnight. Some even, the one that will employ way that don't lost their employment, government, they still pay the people and through the employee. The employers then, we employ them. So, the mayor gets a very good wish for Freetown. I'm not for become biased now. That mayor gets very good intention. And now one of the most articulate mayor we don't ever get in a Freetown. They get a vision. They know what modernization of city means. The problem we they get now is, as Allman they say, is the timing. For collect tax not to do it bad. For on any government or any institution, especially where they give public services, rely on taxes. Nobody will deny that tax day. But the problem here is the timing is wrong. Why the timing wrong? A lot of people will struggle for their livelihood. Businesses, they don't collapse. How you go tax? How you go increase tax when businesses don't collapse? If they increase taxes when businesses they flourish, not when businesses they collapse. When businesses collapse, you decrease taxes. That are just common sense. Now just like economics. The higher the price, the higher the demand. The lower the price, the higher the demand. The higher the price, the lower the demand. Now the same thing I am. The businesses they flourish, and let the mayor increase taxes there. They then are the right footing. But we are in right now, most businesses they collapse, people they struggle for get people who can buy the market. If they go increase taxes, they not feel say they not go get a very good dividend. Now that's not the problem. But here, Usai need to blame the government. When the woman don't do short, government officials, they can't bash the woman like that. Now, government also responsibility, if the city council, they struggle with funding for subsidize. Now, that's the state government therefore, for subsidize for city councils then. If they struggle for on the balance sheet, for pay workers then, and for do the activities then, for the running of the city itself. So instead of government officials, they can't make audio and bash the woman, therefore don't get a meeting. Say, look, who's how you fall short? How will we come in and tip in and help the city council of revenue who are not lacking? How we can go and pay my workers?
I want only the quick. They did have a meeting. They meet. But now, after the meeting, now waiting the local government ministry can't tell we, and waiting somebody in the, or alpha side on the communication strategies, the audio back we make. But they did have a meeting. But the meeting, before the meeting, a letter was written to the mayor for telling us, make he put a hold on this particular property tax increase. The mayor say on in defense, he said no to increase. Now the right amount. But if somebody will pay 1,000, you say now if you pay 100,000, it's an increase to the person, even though you say now let's see be the pay, you just try to make it, say now this is for the pay now. So now after the meeting, now all this now come now do.
Well, okay, the meeting not for be a one-off meeting. If meeting occur, it not for be a one-off meeting in any negotiations. Even the peacekeeping, the peace meeting at Leone with police and call the RF, not one meeting the whole series of meetings before ever they meet an agreement. If a conflict there between the position where the city council will make and the government, there should be a continuous, there should be a change in communication for make sure they continue for communicate and see reasons. Government is okay. If the city council insists for increase, government can subsidize for them houses they need. What is the increase? If the city council need count for, it happen at any time at the wall. If the city council insists, the government can say, okay, they want cushion the citizens the expenditure. Government can put in and take that responsibility and carry that load of the increment till when situation stabilize. They say, okay, because situation don't stabilize, the economy don't stabilize, now the citizens then will continue to pay the taxes the way the mayor don't say. Now,
I still want to hold you under again with this suggestion where you say, the mayor tell we say from the 1st of January to date, up till now, they don't receive nothing from their own budget allocation.
Well, government for do that. Well, it means government get for be held accountable in this. They get allocation budget for city council and for Gideon then budget. Thank you very much for that interjection, and it very makes sense because we make listeners able to understand what they say. Thank you for that.
All right, sir.
So may them continue to negotiate and reach an agreement and understanding for the people they don't sick. The whole problem here is politics they play between the two sides. Now that means they look at. So the people the government will look at and say, the particular group and commodity this make it stand on this. Government they say, and so if this one happen, it will be a negative effect on the government will get a bad name. They're not going to look at it. So a lot of politics they played inside the whole thing from both sides. And that's the need for avoid if they actually seek the interest of the Sierra Leoneans. Now that's me sleep on this. I wish in the future if we elect or select people will be mayor, we become apolitical, will not belong to any of the political party they could be better. But the democracy they go so if tomorrow SLPP come, APC can have power, the mayor on a SLPP force a winner. Now the same thing will get for the face back and forth, more political issues. So now we come to the other matters of the rape in Sierra Leone. The problem we get in Africa are always they argue this. The white woman or the white or civilized nation, when they rape somebody, I like a young, take a young. That woman or that man, before he died, to me, my man, is the past God kill her automatically, but if God not kill her automatically, there is a point in time where he could talk that and come out public say, they do this to me at the age of 5 or they do this to me at the age of 10. When that will not get in Africa, a lot of women, they go in pain, they see that they work at them fine, but they get pain inside their heart because they've been sexually exploited, because they've been raped, they've been sexually abused. It going out level, forget about them to kill themselves. Lots of them institutions of learning, Kobe College, Milton Magai, all them big institutions they be. Women hands are held on their back by lecturers then for gain mark, for give them pass. Even though they get the concession, that brain for things that don't use the it for you for make their own judgment, for accept the text. But yet still, their hands are held their back, behind their back. That if you don't do this, you're not going to get this mark. If you don't do this, you're not going to give this score. You're not going to go like this other stage of your learning. So a lot of women, if you do a statistics where they go through their learning institution, 50% or more will have been sexually abused or harassed by lecturers then, or teachers then. So that a culture of silence now we get for actually tell women then who are not yet much. If you this something happens to this social media, come out and speak up. It will save your own generation. Not only about you. When you begin the way you go born, we go through other institutions, other land institutions, they will be saved in the future. The culture of silence in African women, now in they make them see how they continue na the continent. And then they talk about salon. So we have seen the way we don't experience with sisters, them and other things, and family members, and we don't go through a lot of them things here. Even at the institutions, they if you get girlfriend, lecturer did the other girlfriend. If you then at the institutions, they lecturer no say self in the yellow sun. So they go position at that institution, say commodity. They go frustrate you, say you commodity. So a lot of even the men they go through that, maybe they get a natural love fear with colleagues them. But when lecturer don't pin for that woman, say one sleep with her. They don't say the lecturer don't say that girl with that boy, they didn't at the same class. He would have felt go. So a lot of people, a lot of things that happen, but thank God to the social media today. This culture of silence, they don't begin for break. And as we continue in that station, then we will talk every day. We will find out say we will empower women. It happened at the United States in modern society. Before the Me Too movement came in, men they were powerful. Now then, film industry, musical industry. You see when women they come after the now today, people already admire, now they become zero. They become meaningless in society. So the power of voice picking up is key for break down some of them, they acts the way they happen, where people need to speak out. But that's my new take. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and where you call from?
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
You get a platform, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to say, from where Mother be announced state of emergency on rape, the rape cases then just they increase now alone, Policeman rape, no arrest, no they come about it. People and the rape people beginning no arrest, no they come about it. Foreigner then they rape 13-year-old, no arrest come out from there. Now I want to know what them policemen in they do na salon. What in them job na salon? And for just go harass bike man and taxi man there, what in them job na salon? Then they sit down, so they destroy people, they begin in a salon. They destroy the future of salon. Then they sit down. They do nothing. But they just go harass biker and other people there, Man, it's not a laughing matter, man. So salon. Even today, what is the Pompeo announced now so, about human trafficking. Salon are one of the worst countries there, man, What do you think policemen they do in that country, man? What do they do? Why matter be they put some money into this raping where they go on? When announce state of emergency, they put money into it. It's just they sit on the announce. Now announce then they solve the problem. No, they go do everything right for the country, man. They're not just they post things there, then they left the country. So, people they suffer at the place. The reason anyway where people run away, they Saudi, they other place there. They're complete waste, man. They need to do better for this country, man. Coming to the mayor, I understand the tax business. I understand that, but this is not wrong time in this, The government don't collect money. Wait for sustain them, because the reason that they wouldn't get that money for sustain them the country, Then they left the mayor, they know they help the mayor, they know they give the mayor money, Then like saying the politics on the play, they try to expose this to my so you go lose the next time, Ain't no fear what they do to him, no fear at all, You don't find what they do to this to my if you not get money, and when I not say this to my suffer, when I put money towards that, what do they do with all the money? The medical system poor. The police then this is when our family show, man. They don't have vaccine for them police there, man. No fear with them, man. Them man they do their job, man. The judiciary system they do their job. All the rape they know they do their job, man. The country they go down, they need to wake up. How tired we here? We tired for see Solomon the rapist not bikini, Let me have contribution no more.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you. Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Omar from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
You get a platform, Omar.
Yeah, I know Tony been there on the line while I've been sent a text to you, but I know maybe been all left now already. I'm going to ask a question regarding that mayor in tax levy the way you do on property tax. I think me just inside me feels at the wrong time in this for that tax day or then taxes then because one way or the other everybody get affected under for this COVID stuff where they go on. But me they try for ask if the government gets in place, like where the thing then happy, so the mayor want collect taxes, they start at the wrong time. This government get programs, plan in place where we just say we will subsidize some of that stuff. So let's say, this way don't happen. So the government for them to say, hey, not night, you get some money now, I'll subsidize you for this, not at the right time this for do this. Maybe later on you can able to collect their taxes, then whether refund them can refund them money, then they dish that. I mean, first question and the I've been get for Tony, but I think Tony been all left now. Yeah. But you happen for no boy any program where the central government can get, because like so now, if you see states in the central government or the federal government will say, okay, this hurricane done for the other, this COVID went on for them. Some people that been done, they don't run out of the budget, they don't get much. But the federal government can kind of kick in and say, okay, we'll go buy then respirator, then they'll buy then, then mask, then this, that, center. Although the scramble king did it first before they do that. But if they get any program, the way the central government can able help the local government for solve
I
some
think
issues
if the central
like
government want for them, they're able for them, then get the capability for them right now.
That's with all this money we don't.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And all this money we don't. Not at the time this will go begin tax people and stuff. Their money then the way they did, and for don't subsidize the mayor. They were able to run some day-to-day stuff that place there, And I still stand on what he said. Then taxes, then they're not to say people they're not like for pay taxes. But if they see things then they're done, I'm more than happy for paying taxes. Because if they see good roads and this, that. And I tell you, I think saying that the mayor in responsibility for see good roads that are the place clean and other stuff. Because if not to that, people are not go happy for pay taxes. If they don't see that development, they come to the area, you see. So they need for do something with their money, then they will then collect so. Because now the main purpose of the money then done it. You see, so if they're not to do that, no problem that. I don't think say right in that. But at the wrong time in this way, the mayor choose so for do. Of course, until you don't bring down the long time ago. But not in order, way they is set on stone. You get for change you according to how things tend to go, the trend. You see, now if we don't withdraw this, and then the central government for them pitching for say, okay, now this is not bad time. This way they increase these taxes or for collect taxes. Now we put this money there, not the same money like the coffers. Is that it? You see, now when they talk about the SUV, the thing where they go on the COVID stuff, they will not even know. Therapeutics, the way that they give people, or then just go make competent people in that place, they don't know they give their nothing. They infect each other. I don't really understand what you to go on. Now I'm puzzled, Andy. The next thing I know I've been talking about this stuff here, because I think, not only Leone no more get problem with tax evasion, other places then even though good roads then they did that. But people then they see the development of the stuff, they look pinned and say, okay, I think I need for pay me taxes. So I think I'm more education about the stuff, why they pay taxes and what they bring to your community, the development and the education and they alongside with them people that see development the way they make. You got to tell them. These taxes, they own at the pay, so now this we don't do for this. That education, the people that know. Then they go more than willing for the pay and taxes. But the education, not there, they're not going to know what do you use with the money. You see, you just people no more in our organization, no update, no they know nothing, no they. People understand, even though say things tend to go on well, when are that money, then the people they contribute they use for do their development but you still get for give people now this we don't do, now this we don't do, that this we don't do. We don't educate them. Then they know say yes. I don't be no so self this money I don't do so this we don't contribute so now you don't do this so. You still need for educate the people. The other thing I want to touch on, I know say last time when we touched on they fed for people overseas here in the back. We own brother and sister, they way things and they way really advantageous stuff they need for brain and camp. I know I've been bringing something up, I don't know if now Friday or Thursday, about this bill where the Congress passed when a CARES Act then call them. So if anybody is doing I don't know about the United Kingdom or that side, but if you don't have the United States, then get that program the way you go able. If you get your retirement fund, so you struggle for pay your mortgages, before you go say, hey, I had to go trust money in a bank where the interest rate is so high, it will be a problem for you. Or you deferred your payment where they still accumulate the interest is them on you. And that is not going to by principle where you get. In other words, you get the retirement money there where you can able go take a loan, or at this time they don't pass that bill the way to say you can able withdraw them when you don't get for return the money they back. You see, where no penalty no go there. What more go there in our taxes, and the taxes have that they withhold them, and combine them with yearly taxes then. So what I've been recommend to people then, if you listen, if you don't withdraw that money from your retirement account, make sure you increase your contribution back from your paycheck, your job. So if not like 5% if you do, you go more than 10, 15%. What you need to do, remember now you don't take money from your retirement account. You don't reduce that money the way they did. So that money go then you go to meet to you daily watching yourself, you pay your mortgages, you pay your bills, everything until then you want. Now when you work, you increase your contribution towards your retirement. The money they come back, that money where you don't withdraw, they come back inside it. The reason why you do that, and at the end of the year, let your tax bracket not falls on side where you get for hit you with high tax bill. See? So what you do now, that contribution definitely 5%, you don't increase until 15-20%. So if not like then $300 or $400 if you put inside your retirement, now you don't increase to the $800, then 1,000. All depend on your salary stuff too. But you see how that they go increase your contribution, but you take home, because when they don't do that in a pre-tax, they don't do that. You take home the small. But remember now, even though it's small, that money you don't withdraw for your retirement in day, now your account where you go to able to pay your bill with. So it not really matter again if you take home, less. You see? But at the same time, that contribution where you don't increase, so it don't less you take home. At the end of the year, your tax bracket is still laid on here. So they're not going to slap you that high tax bill the way you go regret that later. Why make you do that? See, now the reason I've been recommend that if anybody they struggle with your mortgage and all that stuff, not defy that. You get personal if you not get retirement or other stuff. But now wait and the way you can able, subsidize your income or you supplement your income for like you able to go through this hard time over the past or take a pass. Then that time you continue with your normal daily activities. So my own contribution and tonight, yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yes, call ID live on air in a minute. Where you call from?
I'm Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Yes, sir. What's in your contribution today?
First and foremost, I want to say plenty thank you to the management and the staff of this particular radio program. Straight to the point. Let's start with the issue of rape in this country. We all know, say, 2019, His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, declared state of emergency against rape. Now this country, but this country will not journey to itself, will not journey to its conscience. And we fear Montaman, but will not fear God. Where it declares state of emergency, the parliamentarians then, they look at her in the other way around. Before the enforcer, they put her into law, so the law enforcement enforcer, they take her into other directions. Say, at the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. Now the rape cases just they increased. Then we blame the government. If I will blame the government because they're responsible for everything. But sometimes we'll go for blame the government. Then we'll go for also look at the other side of the sequence, right? Now, they are not understand. According to Statistics Leone 2015, the number of the women more than the numbers of men in this country. Why so irresponsible and minded that they act inhumanly to mama them, to sister them, to wife them, to auntie them? Why did they do that one day? So sometimes I can ask myself, waiting at the repercussion behind this. Maybe some of them they did one because they get their own means, but it's rather unfortunate. Of course, initially I listened to the program. We also get for blame with parents and sometimes. No left a gap picking, saying I'm your uncle. They go to uncle. No, some of these uncle there, let we not believe them. Because some of these uncle there, they get their own means. Some man they say if we do this, I will get this. They don't mind. Now would they see the young lady then potential that they die in this country? Would they blame government? But of course, thank God, when they see government to one policy, now we all. Don't blame ourselves, we all. We got to be really, really responsible for most of the things in this country. Yeah. Then we go to the issue of local tax or property tax. I don't say text to this line, tell you say, make uncle day in critical conditions. Now I explain to you. You know, before this time, my uncle be pay 295,000 for just a building, a property where he himself gets. It not be the difficult. And now he retire somebody, you know, just a week and morning, a seat document from city council, you know, written by the mayor, instead of mayor who pay 295,000, is now to pay 6,230,000. My brother, guess what? My uncle currently in critical condition because he see the thing, the figure, he began pressure, heart attack, hypertension. But this is unfair. It is really unfair. You know, then we also come to the issue of COVID-19. Yeah, I did listen with the other callers and they talk of issues. The Minister of Local Governments, Honorable Amina, he clearly tell we say, I go observe because I issue this, me personally, it affect me. Because if God not help me, I lost my uncle, everything that lost about me. Now, it say they're not there against. It said they're not there against of increments of property tax rate. It said, but the mayor for observe the guidelines. It say again, the property rate tax will go by graduation. It's blaming graduation at least year by year, increment for effect year by year. But you know, just to grab one money, 800%, my brother. If I'm your uncle, full accountant, he calculated able reach actual numbers of percentage. If I end up for tell me say me begin, I think say this is about 3,000%. That all night cost body. You know, government minister we say the mayor for all at areas like procedures and all. The public engagement and consultation, you know, and timing. In fact, we all recall, we all they look at the timing. Even we also they look at the timing. Come on, this country also knows it. We majority of everything, bruh, if you don't increase 800% to me, but a property rate for them, what do you think say no to at the end of the day? Money not in this country. Because villagers in this country, of course, they call from America, London, or whatever. They ask them. Some of them, they work per day 4, 5, 10 times before the day they end. But ask the layman at this and at the street. Or man, they say, hey, government bring this, government bring this. We accept the government has responsibility for bringing development in our localities, in our country. But what do you don't do for the government? Or what do you don't do for yourself? Come on. We don't expect the mayor for do that kind of increment to that extent. Guess what? Myself attend this particular meeting where they explain about. One journalist within that meeting, tell we say, maybe they pay 100,000, but now this and the increment we may or do, instead of 100,000, it's 2 million. The man was crying. He said, "What's I get for pulling 2 million?" Because even the half money where they get, you know, reach to that. If they pay somebody 700,000, you know, they get responsibility, they get picking them, and they get for pay rentage. Come on. If let me understand this. If this particular 800 increment of property rate, really infecting this country, we also get for cry back, say, hey, government not try, government not intervene, because it will only affect the layman. But it will affect everybody back in this country, especially we who live in freedom. Why? Because the layman, they go outside, they go buy a paper for upline, a counter. Where a counter, you know what you good? It will go buy 1,000 loans. Where a counter in Africa, you know how much it go sell? It go sell 10,000 loans per cup. Where we talk, what they go say, because, you know, they say they pay rentage high. They do this high. They do this high. They pay tax high. That one they get for affect. We're already back for cry about government. Because, but this one, my brother, let me know if you labor on this. It's really unfair. We don't want that for now. It's unfair. COVID-19 fund, we don't say COVID-19 for a can. And what would they observe? Through the Ministry of Finance, everything's where they spend, we they see the breakdown. They send the breakdown. Of course, we know say IMF don't send money, and the other institution there, organization there, they send money for this country. That is very fine, and we see how government is spend, because Ministry of Finance now they're responsible for money business in this country, and we they see the breakdown. I think say at the end of the day, we get ACC in this country instead of getting representatives then in this country. Then they do all of the. If we know okay, of course we know say ACC will come in there. We be then at this country where government initially where the first day 3 lockdown come. What the government do through the NACSA? Government go out for give the vulnerable people 250,000 with 25 kg when I rise. They do that one day successfully. The second 3-day lockdown, government decided for also do the same thing. It did it successfully. Now, there is a project through government of Sierra Leone and World Bank where, people, up to 29,000 people in this country, therefore benefit out of that money. I think one person for carry 1 million or more than 1 million. That's a huge amount of the money. But that money already acquired. But Freetown, where in the city, get for out of that 29,000, Freetown no more, get for get 19,000 out of that 29. Then South and East, get for get 5,000 out of that amount. Then all the region get for get 5,000. And the problem now is that particular project they don't uphold them. The reason is because the Freetown City Council, they want to bring in politics. The government of this country and the World Bank say, no, this project is not based on politics. And the government of this country, if you want bias, if you want to involve this particular project into politics, the South and East for not get more than even 20, you know. But you don't look at that. They say, no, this is not about politics. I'm here to serve Sierra Leoneans, not a political party. Instead, South and East forget 19,000. No, Freetown, nine are the largest city. Let them get that. So that's the problem where between the mayor and the NACSA. Now, currently, they don't uphold that program. So what do they affect? The layman way for to receive that 1 million for putting self together. The bike rider way for to receive that money. Because what could not they? COVID-19 they don't stop offering because of Freetown City Council mayor. But sometimes they talk this.
I want to let you for go. I want to let you go, but now this one we they say now because of the mayor. How you say now because of the mayor? Oh, what a long time in for reconnecting with Amara Alpha right now. And you don't take so much time, so I guess. Yes, call ID live on here. You name and side you call from?
Yeah, it is not Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get the platform, sir.
We prayer of Sierra Leone that God will help that country there. So many things that go to move forward because we're not going to cry Sierra Leone down because now they will all come on and they will burn, you know. So we don't born meet some of the system them where they don't go bad from the time they were we born in the 70s, 80s, even before independence. Some of the system they don't go bad. They don't go bad to the worst that they're patch now, that the patch the normal now for let it work, let it function. We don't see that so many things the way to go on in that country there. The number one point is like when it comes to the mayor. I go just let the government, the central government, work with them. Let them give them what they deserve, but let them pay those families because some of those families too, na Sierra Leoneans, they're people there. Yeah. So so that's for number. My number 2 point. The rape cases then. Some of these rape cases, the way they go on, as I text earlier, I comment, I said, some of the tradition practice the way they do in that country, then it leads to the rape cases they did. If you look inside Boku, some of them are the tradition practice. So man so hold to tradition so much. I don't say tradition bad or culture bad. Tradition only define you who you be. But you don't leave so many people that don't commit. Now, when it comes to rape, that's self-control. Some man don't get self-control. And it's based on spiritual thing. And now let some man they say physical that way. Some of these are now spirit the way they fall a certain family. Look that recent case, Khadijan case. I see a video where one of the uncle they talk say the boss self when rape the Peking there. They're born out of rape because the mama made a raper. The mama and papa rape the mama. The mama born that body and make able to and sister. So nothing where we don't inside the family. You don't see so some of them thing and they where they go on a certain family. If it is it's study but their family. Now they come from the spiritual angle. As a Christian, I believe that some attitude some man they do. Now the spiritual now what don't happen at that family day. That makes some man the way they marry some woman self, even some woman where they marry some man. If you not check the background of that family the way you want to enter. When you enter inside that family, you don't go talk to the cousin. It's not go ever better for you in your life. You go to wonder what's the wrong with you. But you don't know what's the wrong with that family the way you don't go involve yourself with. Now that most people know the check. You go see some family the lifestyle now for the regular life normal they don't used to. They go don't marry so happily married. They go still left the man or left the woman. They go out there, they do crazy thing the way they go to do more than he go to do past the woman self. He go to support the girlfriend and family in the house. So them thing and now some of the spiritual thing the way they affect some man there. That's self-control. Where they know they get, where that thing come inside them, where that demon or whatever spirit where they control that come inside them. Believe me, even if they see dog or goat, but we don't see some incident the way some people they don't sleep with goats, don't sleep with dogs because of waiting the spirit where they control them. So they left. If the government left for locate some of them mental, some mental or the white star they would just say in a mental thing with a sickness. They left for the nature because this rape case you don't go. And it's not to young boys and the young people. Now big man they do that thing there. Big man. And where they go on upline so much that not to all the cases. I watched the video clip where the comedian they post, which is very makes sense. You see? Where the one car they said they don't have the compact. Hey, no, we talk this case here as family because we all have family. Which family? The other guys they said nothing. When they come, you see officer will arrest them 2 months and they may support them and say, no, we talk. If not so they may do with that case is that even the chief self where they go talk that case they too, therefore arrest them. Therefore arrest them. Say, okay, now you call it, why you want to talk an house, why you not report an police? If they action they do for the bet, all the one the way they support the person, low talk and house, no, not pull and do. They law for even bet them. Even if they don't put them as jail, but the kind of fine where they will give the next time, if that kind of thing there happen, they're not going to rush, say, oh, low talk as family. So Boku there, you see, like that in case in Papa Ripa, he born that body. Now the bubble go na European sister. Let's see the kind thing and day. So naturally then deep inside certain with tradition there and with culture there. Boku picking there out of 90%. I would tell you say out of 100%, 90% or 80% Sierra Leone women there. They don't abuse the way they small. You see? Then the other thing in that country there, during this corona, we don't hear Boku donation there. I don't know how the money they will go. If you able to answer me on that question there. The money the way Saratel donate, the other bank then donate the millions or 10 million or this outside the money go, where they donate them to, you know?
It's inside the basket. It's inside the COVID-19 fund.
Mm-hmm. Would I control that funding?
A gay representative from finance, from NACOVAC, and they all know about the money, but they inside that basket today.
You see, now they will talk. These are donations where they don't give, but for the student donation they had to go. If I made the top one time we make a program, we'll talk about food bank in Sierra Leone, we not get that. If some of them donation had the same day, if they make it to the food bank, buy rest, put them, you know, when a separate body the operator, even if not Sierra Leone Red Cross there and I don't think they do anything. Before that, then a shop they open. Decided to say use things there, which is not bad. But when disaster come in that country, they say no Sierra Leone Red Cross, they help people. Now they Red Cross there for the CR Red Cross, the function in America now, whether they get support in America to support them. So if we get them food bank there, where people that they donate food item, where not the poor like it now, where somebody was born, Red Cross for come, take and put and get temporary places that they go put a water disaster, all the things and the food bank, like where this COVID-19, when we get food bank, the vulnerable they're not going to suffer, like the blind, the disability there, the old people there, because they get food bank where they're going to be able to go around and get them. People they want to donate. But you know, I'm going to donate, you go one mango sidon palaita. Like this for basket now, without the control that now finance, you call Kobe, you call this. You go, if you try to trace their money there, they go say they don't spend it. Look, you say now Morocco don't supply with medical things. Well, the one that where they buy, why they not use them thing that they? Why they not use that thing? The thing about Sierra Leone, people not talk with Sabi, but not able to implement. Except the government, present government now, they do well, but let them try to implement some of them strategic points that where they talk about na radio, na TV. We will do this. The government is doing this. The excellency is doing that. He has plan. Yes, we get great plan. Everybody get great plan. It inside your mind. You can talk about that for doing. Then are the most thing. The money they don't come a lot of money don't come. Well, some of that money if they able to implement attack some the country in problem and that some of the issues, they will relax. Even if they're not getting for each other, but let us see, oh, we don't get light now 24 hours. And when light in any country, that light they bring development because some man will get by, you go tower buy in deep freezer, you go to making ice block in Kool-Aid, in ginger beer, in the cellar. You know who be worrying inside because say it get small thing now. So man go to able freeze something away buying food, you go tower, say make a cook for 4 days shoot. Now, right now, I've written. Now, before, when people they create them, they do and they laugh. But now, man, they cook 3-4 days soup. They put it, even if it's spoiled, there's the one man. Now, money back, keep up. One man. Now, money back, keep up. Without no fridge. So, all that thing and the night will bring so many things. So, because people that grow up in small business, people that grow up in small factory, they will depend on light. We go able to say, like welding. We get Boku welder than a salo well land. During true trade fair, where they do them thing and you get welder there. But if you get light, you go open small welding shop. Now, if you want to open welding shop, if you not get big generator for make gates, for make them thing and the mechanic thing there, you know they make profit. I say the best welder the nanas are now most Lebanese there. Now they get them big welding machine generator there where people they go buy thing there. Come on, man, where you go Ghana, where lights they see all streets. When you pass now one stage, you see 3 or 4 welder shop there. When a local man get up, They make gate today. They make half window today. They make the iron gate, the iron window. They make so many things today, and they make money out of it. You know, but we will not get the thing today. Then they make the country. Then we make one of the programs where say people go able to fight corruption and that's alone. Now one of the reasons, if the economy of the country not improve for that local man, that middleman, you go out for fight corruption because that local man look police. That makes one of terrible. They say never big Saturday police. Not ever big Saturday policeman because he left for go feed the family. He left for go feed in that friend. Then among the police have now worst because all the money where don't make Saturday, it don't go. You know, then you want go bigger, he left for go pay debt. Maybe you don't go drink some time. I know one policeman who say, you know this bar where me then Garrison Street, which I Sonny Mac. I don't know if you still the approach. I know one I didn't make the wasting money. But when she come, even as Monday, if they harass them police, then driver they say he go pay in debt. So you see, if they don't improve the living condition of the people, the local or common man or the middleman, that country, the corruption go die, it go very hard. I'm not going to hold the line too long. That will be very good night.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and inside the call from?
Yeah, this now Francis. I do call from Ohio. How are you, Pam?
Good. You get the platform, Francis.
Okay. Triple A, me attire, my brother, concerning the mayor, the SLPP, or something like that. Triple A, I only tell you that country day, the constitution. If we see talented people, they're not going to stop from where they visit that constitution day. No problem. Now, people in the talk, the mayor, they don't provide rules, they don't provide water. They fail for realizing. If you look at the 1962 Act of the Mayors, you know, they don't even mention about the mayor never provide water, mayor never provide. No. Those ones, they belong in the Bola Constitution. It did not the SLRE. SLRE for the road maintenance. SLRE they do. Look at them, I will talk, say, you don't get access road. We will buy land first. The first thing we want buy land. They tell you, say, what the Lands Act of 1964, they tell you we want buy land. Ask for road access first before they buy the land. But some brother, when they buy land, just send money, go buy land. They don't buy for land, no money they want. Okay, that's one. The mayor not a responsibility for provide roads. The mayor not a responsibility for provide maintenance road maintenance. The mayor responsibility is to clean the city, provide employment, make sure it responds for the national for the central government. Most of the money they raise from the mayor and the central government use the back. But at the end of the day, they get a return for me. They return that money for we say we get for paying staff, we get for do all that thing. But then one, that country they property rate tax. Listen, and they see people they talk see yeah government now property tax in Sierra Leone. Now a tax so they levy according to the value of the assets we get. Nobody knows how to pay Montreal. Like the way we saw the Montreal, the value of the Montreal is exactly that's what they pay tax for them. Nobody. That's all they don't get as a rate perception. When you want buy land, and they tell you say the law tell you where buy land, you want bid. Before they start anything, if you go to the mayor, if you go to the city council, if you get a bill permit, before you do anything. That don't bring a lot of problems, a lot of complications at that one. They either freedom making everything. People are trying to build pitches, but they don't care. At the end of the day, what did they tell for regularize? Slow glass software, what did they build for that building? Now, I'm going to build that software, they try for regularize all the assets, everything which they get like what today. From house number and then now free one, then double. What money they tell me? They get triple, double numbers. They never know the exact number. My brother. So in the they need for sit down with the central government and the iron out. Like what's that man be talking no more? If the mayor hold the free also life now, nobody look at the politics. Because the central government look at and say, oh, if that man carry statutes or put in the alarm, they go vote against me. So the mayor back say, me say, I want pay me workers. Money no day. But what do I expect for do? Then they go tell us, well, look at the mayor. We will appoint the mayor, they will pay the worker. You know, will pay the worker. They're not serious. So now they're back and forth side to go. people they go to the need for like we need for like not the mayor responsibility for provide water. No. It didn't have the Minister of Water Resources on so. And then many devolve their function, but it's okay, mayor. Now this strong. Now for provide electricity now. Now for provide water now. It will see how the dynamics will change. So people they misinterpret this thing. They will not get good rules, will not get good water. No, that's not the mayor. That's not the mayor. That's mayor. I can bet you now, if people in the way they listen to this program, if you do local government like bam, you go on say the mayor say function and I go back to anybody will go like like me. When you do the local government act, that's not a function of the mayor. Now we in constitution. But people are yes still they say we don't get good rules, we don't get water, we don't get this, we don't get that. No, that's a function and the day. And the central government. But they devolve the function indeed. And the government will do that. You see, then people they talk about the tax rates. Now, the tax packets as well, look, they say when they be introduced that SGCs or what, APC, I don't know call them.
Unfortunately, we all lost Francis. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and where you call from?
Yes, my name is Fatima. How are you today?
Good, you get the platform, Sophie.
Oh, okay, thank you. The contribution I have today, like what I got to talk about the mayor job. Because when they say mayor not part of the government, or the government appoints and give them the job to do, if it's something that be done sincerely between them, I don't think they get forget back and forth between the local government and the mayor. And I think something is need to be done, because if he appoints somebody, the person ought to just grab and do in job where, like we say, they don't hold meeting. Some disagreement get for come inside where they all day I've been telling therapy for the whole all day get for pay the small house so I get at a place Allentown. This person get for pay, yes, to get for pay. And maybe then program they are not been done, be done for a long time before the COVID-19 they come. But now it's the time where they issue the tax rate on forms there at the wrong time, like all some callers they say. But trust me, if the government really take care of the males and give them what they need, I'm not to say the population would taste the bitterness of the city council. Okay? If you found them at the city council, the mayor then get enough to work with, then go sit down and say, who get enough? Why we support for raise taxes on top of people? They're not breaking that because money already there. But what you then get for do? Then get for sit down together, make them join hands, make them work together, because if the city clean, the mayor do good job, it's part of the government. It's them do the job. So may they look into that. May they spread their wings to those local chairman, local chief, mayor, senators. May the government spread the wings. It does not matter where the consequences or what the problem was done or what did they go through, what did they go on between them. If then people there do a good job, that's the government do a good job. So that's all I get for the mayor. For the rape in Sierra Leone, what to make the law, not the whole water and the things still they go through. It is still occur in Sierra Leone. People that will get upper hand, when they get job, then they married the woman, they keep them at house. Then go take fine picking, go rent apartment for and furnish that place there, go hold on to that young girl in life, we no want for let anybody else come around. Now then the wealthy people, they do this thing. The poor people then let the other caller say, some people, their nature, they're not able to control them. We're taking that now sickness. Not so normal people they can do that thing. They see a small girl, they say if I penetrate to this girl, and they destroy and if any normal person they do that, But most of the thing the way they take, they take place now the well-to-do people and now they keep cost there about them they raping them young girls there you go see fine picking go to school where she don't speak in yai panda picking they you go make sure you put on for that poor woman where they sell pepper for them picking they go to school where you do clean you go to market you go there the all day in the past with him banks if they go wait for them we really get for do something. We really get for do something. And again, I always be talking. All man they listen to this program. I hope everybody they listen from and the whole world. Some people know they call, but then they listen. Sierra Leone law is aggressive. Triple A, I tell you this, but true. The very aggressive law, na Sierra Leone. When they say. Then they rule the people then. Where something happens for say, Lord, put this thing in this way, for let the people they not feel bad. I would just do what we don't do. I would not follow the law, go lock them up. We get very aggressive law in Sierra Leone. Very aggressive. That makes some people then they pray, they know they talk. Because anybody talk, they come for you. And we know each other, like a neighbor, we don't do something. That's the way we talk yesterday. I've been here today, and I go there, I hear you and they talk. We then go to your neighbor, now they can't point you. Then go lock you. But when it comes to rape, that poor woman in Pekin can't tell her, hey, mama, that man go away. We say go police money. We say police back. Now that man, they give me this year. And the Comrano able provide anything and therefore in Pekin. You don't able to provide anything and waiting the person they do now, they keep the secret because you don't want to be exposed to the next people. Now this time they bring the secret to people, then they keep themselves. When this Komraya so don't go accuse this wealthy man, say, you go follow me, he says, you make me ashamed, I will make sure you suffer. And trust me, they come after them people and they. One way or the other, then they come after them people and they. Sierra Leone, that my country, beloved country, are born as men and race na Sierra Leone. But the law is very tough. The law is very, 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 very aggressive. Na Sierra Leone, the law no they buy the people in. The law no they buy the people in. And for kill the dog, it get for keep the stick behind you. If you put it on top of your shoulder, if they call the dog for come, trust me, you don't go get them. If he not bet you, he go run away. So that's the stubbornness they go through the population and the law. The population, but I'm not saying if I do this, then will lock me. Well, maybe they lock me now. So the person, they say something for satisfying feelings in that moment. Because you know, say go be locked up anyway. So if we not come out for no change them thing they are. For no change them thing they are. Pande rapists they are. The rapists are not to poor people, eh? Not only poor people. When are the wealthy doing people and they harass the poor woman. We don't know say this woman poor boy born fine picking. It go make sure he boil that picking day. If she don't invest, if she don't up direct. So now me on take this. The Lord just pray for the country and work join together like what they send una, God they send una the angel from heaven for now come together as one. Let God give us the opportunity. God give us long life and God give us the wealth for make we able come together. We join and that's the only thing we able to solve problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you.
God bless.
Yeah, thank you, man. It was an interesting week, and here we go end up everything for today. We hope say you go get a very beautiful weekend, and also not forget within the well body people in the say to all we listeners in salon, familiarize yourself with waiting with the enhanced COVID-19 regulations because we go begin bet. Make you not begin the call say, hey, they don't hold me over fine or they don't seize me motorcar. Not at all. Make we wear face mask or they come out. Always wash your hands and take precautions. We go rest for tomorrow. We'll join AYV on Sunday. Then they deal with the rape culture. Then we'll go join them, make we have that when they come out. Then Monday, we go there back again. Till we meet again on Monday. Triple say, tata.